Check, double check. Hi there, YouTube. Mark Verheer checking out Minecraft, and I'm doing this grab in a slightly lower resolution because I'm running shaders. And these shaders are actually quite fancy. I'll show you what I'm using. I'm running Optifine on Minecraft 1.12, and I'm using the CUDA shaders. This actually has been heavily inspired by Michelle Knight and BrianJ 1962 playing Minecraft with shaders, and I thought, yeah, I used to do that in the past. So I've actually spawned somewhere on this map, on our big map, this world map. This is a 7-year-old Minecraft map. And this used to be the southeastmost corner of our world. And I spawned here with help of our transporting system. And this actually is the way back. If I jump on this button, it'll transport me back to the main transport hub. But let's go check out what this is. Now, this is a part of the world that was added somewhere in 2012. We're 5 years later. This is actually an old Greek temple, and with these shaders, it actually looks amazing. Now let's run a bit. Oh yeah, this is one of these obelisks that I made, and I believe this is actually a garden that is floating on top of the water. Now, we did play a lot of games in creative mode, but I seem to prefer survival mode without the flying and stuff better. So yeah, this is actually a farm, a sea farm. I made this in 2014. Let's enter and close the door so the cows can't escape. So basically this is some sort of farm area where some cows and chickens reside. There used to be more actually, but they seem to have died off or consumed. That can also be the case. But yeah, these walkways, they continue a bit further. I'm not sure where those went, but I think most interesting parts are actually to be found over here. Oh, let's eat a few apples. I seem to be losing my stamina quite quickly. Okay. And I'm using a stick. Or just, yeah. I believe F5. Yep. Perhaps this is a more interesting way to see me. Yeah, I'm actually Elmo with a big blue M. So this is my avatar. Well, it looks like me. So yeah, I thought it would just be nice to show you some further bits of the world, but then with advanced shaders. 30 frames per second, regular screen resolution, upscaled to 1080p. Yeah, in order to be able to grab it, I'm using Optifine and the shaders and the CUDA shaders. Oh look, these are, it's Nova Orbis Terrarum and Et Lorum Lecto. 21st of 3, yeah, this is 21st of March 2014. I created this in quite a dark spot in my life. It's actually around the time that my dad actually passed away. Yeah, Minecraft actually, with the friends on Minecraft, actually played a huge part in my life after 2010. It basically is a place to hang out, meet friends and stuff. We used to be pretty active, but over the past couple of years, interest kind of waned a bit. But the server's still up, and thanks to Zombie Andy, SynthMonkey, Andy Cooper. He keeps the obelisk island. So yeah, there's a ton of obelisks. Now, of course, if you use mods, you can actually duplicate all these obelisks. But I actually built them by hand, each and every one of them. They're all slightly different, and it was just a cathartic thing to do. Just build those obelisks and just create bits of the world. Road to happiness. I mean, yeah, I wasn't feeling very happy, and yeah, I tend to make walkways and structures that later are supposed to be filled in with structures with human civilization. I love to spread structures and cityscapes. I love to colonize bits of the world and just see what you can build architecturally inside a natural landscape without actually destroying the landscape. I believe I didn't make this. This is actually an obelisk created by one of the other players. Aqua Templar, did I? Oh, I did. Oh, I just, yeah. I seem to have forgotten that I built this. Okay. I think I'm losing. Yeah, I tried to give myself. I'm using server commands. Give Lactobacillus P a bed because it seems to be night. And just, yeah, I just rest. And I pick up the bed. I'm ready for another day. Good morning. Yeah, I seem to have forgotten that I built this. Well, with the shaders, it does look a bit different, and the water is actually kind of not so visible in this clear shader type rendering. Whoops. Now, for some reason, I don't seem to be able to get this rendering smoothly if I run this full screen at 1080p. And I wonder how Michelle and or BrianJ actually managed to do that, because that's the reason why I actually sort of gave up on the shader mod thing, because it was just interfering too much with the gameplay. But with Optifine and this, it actually has improved quite dramatically, and I think the CUDA shaders are actually among the best. They produce the least artifacts, and but they're kind of a hardware hog, a resource hog, and there may actually be a better shader. Let's see if I can actually change the shader without crashing the software. Let's see if I am able to change the shaders. Video settings, shaders. This actually only appears when you use Optifine and the shader mod. So the Continuum Ultra Low, Ultra. Supposed to be able to select that. Yeah, the shaders kicked in. So this is a different shader mod with different clouds. A bit more bloom. Not sure if I like this. I actually prefer the other water, but the sky looks nice. But I don't particularly like the and they don't do anti-aliasing. I see a lot of pixels and stuff, so there's hardly any smoothing over. So let's do a different shader. Zeus. That's the one I've been using in the past. It seems to run quite a lot better on lower end hardware than the CUDA shaders. And this also has quite a bit of bloom. I love the sky. but I'm not a fan of the bloom. So I think I'd go for the CUDA shaders. Now, if you go into the settings, you might be able to change some of the things around, like bloom and stuff. But I'm a lazy bastard, and I just want to use the default settings. And I do think that I just love the way this looks. Yeah, they use a sort of anti-aliasing. There's also bloom, but not as much. And I do prefer the clean-cut look of the CUDA shaders, and I totally love the water. I think this actually looks the best from all those that I just now tried. Now, I may have shown this before, but this is just, I do typically, I just get a shitload of wood and a shitload of tree trunks, and I'll just go crazy with, so this is Thirsty, the Thirsty Quercy Quella. Now I think this actually is quite interesting. You can walk over there if you look at the crosshair, and you'll be able to walk around, but this actually is also quite an interesting thing, and I'm very curious how this looks with the shaders. I have been building quite a few of these pillars. Now what does this say? Oh, follow the wooden path, the 2nd of February 2014. So yeah, this was a couple of weeks prior to my dad's 75th birthday. That's the last birthday he actually managed to celebrate, and he passed away a couple of months later, April 28th. And I remember, bloody hell, can I jump over it? Yeah. So yeah, it's still there. So yeah, it provided a lot of, how do you say that, escapism, I think, in a way. So for me, it was a place of solace, and it still provides a place of solace. And I quite like it. It's also fun. I mean, it's not like, you know, I'm this sad person that needs Minecraft to get over some grief, some serious grief, but yeah, it's something that, yeah, Minecraft and quite a few other games that really I had never experienced that before, you know, being able to share experiences online with a group of friends, and then meeting those friends for real, and just continue on the conversations that you had in game. It really was a magical place, and I did not experience that before. So I think this is one of the edges of the world. Yes, indeed. It's been a long time since I've been here. Yeah, because after I think the summer of 2014, I actually basically stopped playing Minecraft that much, probably because it sort of reminded me of the grief period I went through, and I didn't want to be reminded of that, so that actually made me go away, move away from it a bit. And the others weren't as active on the server as well. Now, what I do love about Optifine is that it really renders the world at great distances, which is absolutely marvelous. Now here's a Greek temple that I did. I think, yeah, I did this. And there's actually a road somewhere. This actually leads to a house, I believe, and a gorge. Yeah, this is a house. Let's show that house. Oh yeah, and that was actually the first time that I encountered these huge shrooms. I mean, we've been playing this Minecraft ever since the early betas, and yeah, this is Birch Maison Grande S. du Lactobacillus. I did that. And I believe this also introduced these small heads and these small things that you could place. So I actually did that. And yeah, very nice, roomy lighthouse. Not sure if I put anything in the chests. I used to do that, but there's nothing. All right. The other chest. No. I'm a lazy bastard. This is the bedroom. Very nice. Very open with a couple of heads. Yeah. Whoops. And I believe this, yeah, this went to a Shroomwood forest. This actually was the first time, oh yeah, and a little waterway with some boats. I'm not sure if that forest is actually that interesting, but let's run there. Now, for some, Minecraft is about the technology. For others, it's about survival or doing both these things. For me, basically, it's more about the creative sides. I do love the survival side of it, but I do tend to not go from scratch. I do tend to, if I play a survival game, I do tend to go to a town and just start from a home and just do some mining and excavation on the side. I don't like to spend that much time underground, so I'm not like this this miner person that just spends hours and hours digging underground. That's not really my forte. But I do love to create, and I do love to combine and make recipes and stuff. So yeah, but this huge area is yeah, the huge shroom forest, and I believe this actually ends at some sort of gorge. Oh, there's some water. Whoops. Yeah, or did this end at some sort of building? I really forgot. Or is this just, yeah, this was just me building this huge bridge, and it probably ends. It probably ends here. Yeah, I remember not expanding much further, so this actually is, well, it's a bit high and it's not well supported, but yeah, let's sleep. As you can see, I tried to give myself a sword. I was too lazy to actually create a sword myself, so okay, let's walk back. Good morning. And explore this area. Yeah, if not for you guys watching it, it's for me actually documenting this amazing place, this world that we inhabited for over 7 years, and why not show it off in its excellent glory? It's actually quite, using the shaders, it's actually quite funny. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is a, basically Commodore 64 style graphics, with pixelated graphics, but for some reason we do seem to be fascinated by providing it with some real lighting and shader techniques to make it more real. So it has this weird quality of, hello there, this weird quality of this blocky world combined with these very realistic light and shadow effects and water effects And yeah, it's actually quite funny that a lot of Minecraft people tend to want to do this, but it does. I mean, using Optifine, Forge is actually a way to use the Optifine. It allows you to install mods into Minecraft. Forge is actually a modded version of Minecraft, and it allows you to easily add mods, and Optifine allows you to use shaders quite easily. You just a shader folder, a Shaderpack folder is created, and also you are able to exchange the standard textures of the world for enhanced textures. And I believe Michelle will be showing these off, and perhaps BrianJ will also show off some enhanced textures. But I'm just using the regular textures found in Minecraft, and I'm just using the CUDA shaders, and I think it looks amazing. And even with this lower resolution screen grab upscaled to I believe it's 720p that I'm grabbing this at, and it's upscaled, so I mean it does add something to the blocky feel, and I actually quite like it combined with the shader effects. I mean, it's not the best, but who cares? But I'm curious how BrianJ and or Michelle Knight actually managed to get a higher performance or a better resolution going. I'm using Windows for this. I might actually try this on Linux as well. I mean, I'm using Linux on the same machine. I believe NVIDIA cards are actually the way to go with these type of shaders. They seem to work better than AMD cards. I may be mistaken, but corruptors cleft. Yeah, these huge gorges that started to appear. I mean, basically Minecraft was a flat world with some trees, and it looked very simplistic, and it didn't have a lot of. Now I'm going back to the hill. I want to go to a different direction. I think I missed out. I think I'm able to just walk towards the Greek temple place, and then just walk past it, and I'm able to oh, hi there, little piglet. Yeah, I think I should be able to go here. Yep, that's it. This is actually the spot where I'm able to get back to the transport hub. So yeah, I remember creating this bridge over this area and being totally amazed by the water lilies, and just the fact that this little lake is here with these swamp trees. This is also something that appeared later on, and these flowers are different. There's actually quite a few new animals. I've seen llamas, and I've seen blue parrots, very reminiscent of the Norwegian blue, the Monty Python Norwegian blue. I believe this is one of the, yeah, I believe this reaches the first swamp house that I encountered, and I made it mine, Mark's Forest Hut. Actually this, the 28th of the 12th, 2013, I actually encountered this swamp house. This is actually the first hut, and I believe on the edge here there's actually some lettering. Yeah, so it says Lecto. I'm very keen on my graffiti, so yeah, it says Lecto. So let's walk back to the area where I can actually jump back to the main transport hub, because this world is so huge. It actually allowed me to allowed us to expand this world where it takes hours, yeah, hours actually, literally, to to go from one place to another. Slightly faster if you use creative mode and you fly around, but look at that. Some squids over there. It's funny how this blocky world still captivates so many people, and I am very happy that the moddable Java version still exists. But from the look of the latest launcher, you can actually see that Microsoft may actually turn this into a non-multi-platform standard Windows executable, where all these extra bonuses like the mods and stuff might not be possible anymore. So I think it's a matter of enjoying it while it lasts. Now you can actually see we started out over here, and then we just climbed this, and we're now walking back towards the area where that fountain was, that water fountain that I looked at, and the obelisks. And yeah, just let's head back to the main transport hub and just show you bits of the world. Now, luckily, it means that I don't have to walk completely back to spawn, but in some instances I might actually walk back to spawn just to show you what the world is all about and how long it takes, and just, just waffle, use these videos as waffle videos just to talk and show you what's going on. Actually, what's actually quite good is actually that today I've signed a new contract. I'm actually changing jobs. I'm changing a position, and I will start working at the new job November 1st. And oh, there's a stairs going up. I'm not sure if that goes up a long ways or it just stops. Yeah, I think I was attempting to create a walkway into the forest, but I still have to cultivate and explore the forest. So this is one of these edges of the world where you start to develop stuff, but not completely yet. But yeah, November 1st I'll start the new position, and it's a bit different. I used to work with the elderly, 60 years plus for the past couple of years, but I used to treat people of all ages, and yeah, I'm actually looking forward to go back to treating people of all ages, yeah, again, to see if I actually really miss it, or that I should perhaps in the future specialize in treating the elderly. Yeah, if I say so myself, I mean, I'm quite. I mean, it's something that I really enjoy, the elderly patients, but and I'm good at it. So it's also always something that I could return to. But yeah, for me now, it's a good thing to just move jobs and change jobs and see how that works. So I signed my contract, and I'm giving my official notice at work, and it feels good. It feels good. Change of pace, different people. I actually went to visit. Let's eat some more apple. Actually, I went to visit and went to check out the various colleagues, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to start working with my new colleagues. Yeah, perhaps I should. Yeah, probably will be able to get back. Now, this world, it has quite a few of the mobs turned off, so you won't encounter any destructive mobs, because, well, this is a creative hub, so But there's survival hubs, survival worlds of this. So yeah, let's jump on this. Let's jump on this. Whoops. And see where it transports me. So yeah, this basically is the main transport hub that was created by Erwin. It's in the style of a Greek. Yeah, let's build a bed and just sleep here for a bit, because it does look a lot better in the morning. Like so. Let's get rid of the bed. Good morning. Now, great, instead of a big S or subway, it says T for transport. But yeah, in the style of a Greek house, it looks even more stellar and ethereal with the shader glass. But yeah, very brightly colored system of transport hubs. Some of them have had signs attached to them. So some known transport hubs. And if you jump on one of them, you're instantly transported to bits of the world, which is cool, because what we used to do before, and I'll show you this in function at a later point in time, but what we used to do was actually this. If we just walk through the garden, I think it leads back over here. It leads back to the train station and stuff. Yeah, it's a huge transport hub. Yeah, I think over here, yeah, there's a bridge. Look at this. With the sunlight, it really feels like you're walking here on a early summer morning. The light really is amazing. And I mean, these structures, these white marble structures, they really come out great. But yeah, we used to do everything by train. Now this actually goes back to the train station, I believe, with nice touches with the little... Oh yeah, and there you can actually see Erwin's cathedral. Actually, this will actually look amazing in our shader mods as well. So let's just walk there. And after that, we'll travel back to spawn. So every video that I'm making will be traveling back to spawn, and I'll just transport myself somewhere. This bit over here in the rock face is also something that Erwin did. We should explore that a bit later on, but that actually is also quite magnificent. Old chambers that are carved out into a rock face. And now this Gothic cathedral that Erwin built, he built that around the time that I actually returned from a visit to Prague. I had to be there for work, and I've actually visited one of the main cathedrals over there. Now, the amazing part is that when you walk inside this, it really gives you a sense of being inside a real cathedral, especially with the light streaming in the windows. And perhaps I should yank the time set 0. Yeah, and this is actually even nicer. You can actually see the sunlight streaming into the cathedral, streaming through into the lights, with the structures of the texture of the light hitting the pillars, and just see the light on the floor. And basically, this cathedral is not a cathedral with a Bible, but a cathedral with a magical book. But yeah, this actually is the cathedral. Let's close the door. And let's move back towards the train station. So yeah, I mean this really is in all of its form. It's a Gothic cathedral. The only thing that's missing is actually the gargoyles standing on all edges. I mean, if that is possible, I think Erwin would have created those. This actually is also part of the main transport hub. I think if I press this, I'll be transported to SynthMonkey's transport hub. There's actually a couple of parallel transport hubs. Or this may actually be Erwin's transport hub. I think it is. Let's press it. Yeah, this is Erwin's transport hub. So let's see. The Apple sign. That's actually a place. HAL 9000 transporter. Apple sign. So this basically, yeah, the Apple sign. This is actually the first part of our world. I built the glass house, the first, retro hill, the Apple sign. We created this when we found out that Steve Jobs died. This actually is my first house. It's a glass house. I'm very keen on glass. Build a ton of, this is actually the first portal towards the Nether. I built a ton of red bricked walls. That's also something that I did. A huge castle with a lot of red bricked walls. And this is Andy's place. Of course, fully kitted out with music, with a hearth, I mean, with a pool. And actually, this is something that has been created by a lot of others. This toilet, this huge toilet, is actually created by I believe Steve Benway. Huge toilet. This house is actually the MSX house by Electric Adventures. Hey, this is something new. I haven't seen this before. This is cool. There's a huge spacecraft over there. And that's actually a spacecraft created by Electric Adventures. This huge UFO is something that Steve Benway created. And I believe it's possible to go visit his lair. He's dug a whole big lair underground. But this is something new. I've not seen this before. Let's use the bridge. And go there. I love the structure outside, the purple structure. This is Waffle Girl's house. Oh, cool! I've yet to see this. I hope she doesn't mind me entering. Looks amazing. Nice statue. This seems to be a bathroom with a working bath and a shower. Let's close it. Nice sofa and a TV. Yeah. Well, you know, it should be up to her showing off her house. I'm just going to exit. Very nice house. I love that. I love the big structures. But let's move back to spawn because that's actually something that we came for. Yeah. Actually, Andy did recreate his house over here. The left bit is actually his house. I also did. Elise and we also recreated our house in Minecraft. May actually visit that at some point. Let me see. Towards the Apple sign. I think it would be nice to just walk past the big pyramid and the maze. let's just walk along the tracks. Yeah, I did build this huge I did build this huge cactus. It's a huge cactus built out of wool. And here we have I think this is Graham or something. Graham, yeah, I think this is Graham. Graham, yeah. That's one of the kids of one of my viewers, MSNX, MNSNX. I forgot the codes, but yeah, you know who you are. And this actually is our own Mount Rushmore with big avatars of all the people that used to be in Minecraft. Look at that. You see little me and you see huge me, and yeah, it's great stuff. But behind here actually is a huge pyramid and a huge maze. And I think if we go climb the top of the pyramid, inside of the pyramid is something that Elise built. The pyramid is one of the first structures that Elise did. And what she also did was build a huge maze. You can actually see that over there. And yeah, Dave Webster, he built this great cat, and he also built a level of Doom, the first level of Doom. Also something that I may show in the future. Over there is a big, huge pyramid. And yeah, this basically is the central part of our world. Most of the old structures that we created are here. And spawn is actually over here. And you actually saw bits in the distance. You can actually see the house that, oh, this is a llama, isn't it? Very weird. It's even dressed. This should fancy Jeff Minter. Let me see. Yeah, in the back there, over there, where the crosshairs are, that's actually a recreation of my home, where we currently live. It's a one-on-one recreation of the house, and over here, underneath this big structure, is actually the main transport hub that Andy did. And let's venture inside. Oh wow, he did change this up quite tremendously. It really looks nice in the Optifine shader pack. But yeah, there's a ton of transport hubs. Zombies transporter room, Mr. Custard teleport hub, where we just were, Greek. Then there's a different transporter room, and then there's survival room, a survival world, where you actually are instantly switched to survival mode. Now I did play quite a bit in survival mode as well. I did build a base, so I may actually end up showing you that at some point. Whoops. And I thought finishing off, I mean, I walk back to spawn. But I think it's interesting to just show you the house that I live in, a house tour, to finish off the yeah, no, I'm just gonna walk around it and just walk across the tracks because I don't have a minecart. Well, I could of course give myself a minecart. Yeah, why not? Give Lactobacillus P a minecart. Bloody hell. Why did I choose this crazy name? So the moon is rising, the sun is setting. Say bye-bye to the first bits of our world. It's time to go home. It's time to sleep. Let's enter my house. It seems that Elise is home, which is nice. Let's exit. And yeah, if you stand in front of our house, this is actually the bathroom. This is actually the living room, the top room. Actually, I'm sitting in this room over here, and that's the game room. This is my study. The bathroom. This is the garage, the post box, and this actually is the front door. And let's enter. Now this is actually quite good when it comes to size. The size is really comparable. So you have a toilet, which is very basic, just a flusher, and it's a very small cloakroom. And you have stairs leading up, circular stairs leading up. If you and here is the meter. What is it? The cabinet that holds the modem and all sorts of internet stuff. Yeah, this basically is our living room, and we have a huge couch, a television. We used to have a big furnace. Now that's actually gone. We may put it back, but for some reason. We have some chairs. The couch is actually a bit smaller than that. We have an old cabinet over here. It's filled to the brim with DVDs, a chair. And this is actually our dining table. Well, I mean, this actually was built quite early on, so we didn't have the expertise of putting chairs in. We might be able to do that now, but we didn't. So this is actually an approximation of our dining room table. French doors leading out into the garden. The kitchen, it's an open kitchen. Part of a kitchen. And then we enter the garage. We used to have this big white couch over here that's actually sitting in my game room right now. This is the rest of the garage. Actually, part of my collection sits in a couple of cabinets over here with a lot of boxes on top. The backyard. We used to have two big trees. They're gone now. And this is actually well, you've seen them. A lot of people have seen those videos in the on Facebook and stuff. But yeah, this is the back garden. Actually, there's a field with cows, and there's corn growing behind it. But yeah, this is just an island sitting on top of a lake. And look at that moonshine. It really gives you a sense that there's really a full moon out there. Really cool. It really works well. So let's show you where I'm actually sitting right now, playing this Minecraft game. So yeah, should close all the doors. And I'll just move upstairs then. So, walking upstairs, which really feels like moving inside of your house. Actually, this is the study, and this is actually at this desk. There's actually 3 monitors on this desk, and I'm sitting right here, playing Minecraft, recording this and narrating it, and I'm just playing Minecraft, sitting right here. And here is my Comer 64. Chameleon is sitting over here. There's a ton of cabinets over here. There's a small arcade cab over here. And this over here is the game room, which basically looks very similar. There's this couch. There used to be 2, a blue and a red chair. This actually now is a white couch. And the TVs over here, there's actually 2 TVs over here now. There used to be a CRT over here, but this is the LCD TV, my gaming PC, and the games. And you may actually have seen me film and watch my game room tour. So it basically is a very, there's a small cabinet over here, but it's basically just an approximation of the rooms. Let's close them off. And this is actually the attic space, which is void. There's a bed over here that's in a bookcase, and here is a TV with some gym equipment, and over here the laundry machines, the washer and the dryer, and over here is this huge wall also holding part of my collection, and some storage over here and over here. But yeah, basically this is my house in Minecraft built by Elise, which, yeah, so you basically have seen my place in Minecraft shape. Well, I think looking at the moon, it's time for me to say goodnight. And Elise is also coming in to say goodnight. Ik stop eventjes met filmen. Good night, and I'll be back with another video soon. Ta-ta!